winter is over, and for most people, nothing actually changed. They tell themselves that winter was meant to be slow, reflective, and quiet. They convince themselves that darkness is preparation. But preparation that produces no momentum is not preparation at all. It is avoidance disguised as patience. If winter passed and your habits did not harden, if your discipline did not sharpen, if your identity did not shift even slightly, then winter was not a forge. It was a hiding place. In Sith philosophy, stagnation is never neutral. Stillness without intention always becomes decay. The Sith do not reject rest, but they reject self-deception. There is a difference between retreating to sharpen the blade and retreating because you are afraid to strike. Spring is not about rebirth in some sentimental sense. It is not about optimism or hope for change. Spring is the season of exposure. The light returns. Movement resumes. Structures that were weak in the dark begin to crack under visibility. Structures that were reinforced in silence begin to accelerate. This is why the spring arc sometimes matters more than winter. Spring is the season where intention must become behavior. It is the point where internal narratives collapse and external results begin to speak for you. It is the season where excuses lose their cover. From the first days of March to the final days of May, you are given 92 days. Not enough time to drift aimlessly, enough time to transform identity through repetition, enough time to prove whether you were honest with yourself during the winter or merely comfortable. The Sith do not wait for alignment. We impose structure on chaos. The spring arc is not just about feeling ready, but more so about enforcing readiness through action. At the center of the spring arc is a single uncompromising law. One objective. Most people fail because their attention is scattered across fantasies. They want a better body, more money, deeper confidence, stronger relationships, and creative fulfillment all at once. Their energy fractures. Nothing is consolidated and nothing solidifies. But power does not grow through diffusion. It grows through compression. The spring arc demands one primary objective that governs all decisions. One goal that is measurable, physical, and unforgiving. A physique that requires daily training and dietary control. A skill that demands hours of focused repetition. A business foundation that requires uncomfortable consistency. A discipline system that reshapes your daily structure. This objective becomes the axis around which your life rotates for 92 days. In Sith philosophy, desire must be refined into obsession, not emotional obsession, but tactical obsession. The Sith code reminds us that peace is a lie and that passion is the engine of transformation. Passion here is not excitement. It is directed energy sustained over time. If you choose multiple paths, you weaken them all. If you choose one path and walk it relentlessly, identity begins to reorganize around that choice. The first pillar of the spring arc is strategic boredom and sensory control. Modern distraction is not harmless entertainment. It is a form of psychological submission. Every moment spent consuming without intention removes pressure from creation. Attention is the currency of power, and most people surrender it willingly. The Sith seek mastery of the inner world before domination of the outer one. If something controls your attention, it controls your will. Strategic boredom is the deliberate removal of artificial stimulation. Social media, streaming platforms, endless scrolling, and habitual gaming are not moral failures. They are incompatible with dominance. They provide easy dopamine that dulls ambition and fractures focus. When stimulation is removed, the mind becomes restless. That restlessness is not a problem. It is the doorway through which discipline enters. When nothing is available except your work, your body naturally seeks movement. Your mind seeks purpose. You must build a habit of environmental control. Boredom forces productivity because the human psyche prefers effort over emptiness. The Sith understand this and weaponize it. The second pillar of the spring arc is purpose-aligned social contact. There is a lie that circulates in self-improvement spaces, the belief that discipline requires isolation, that growth demands withdrawal from all connection. This is false. The Sith are not hermits. We are simply selective. Unstructured socializing drains cognitive momentum, not because it is immoral, but because it fragments continuity. Late nights, mindless parties, and empty conversations leave residue in the nervous system that lingers long after the moment passes. This does not mean abandoning friends. It means integrating relationships into your purpose. Train together, build together, study together. Discuss ideas that sharpen resolve rather than dull it. Align your social environment to better fit with the identity you are forging. In Sith philosophy, loyalty is respected, but loyalty never outranks purpose. If a relationship consistently pulls you away from your chosen path, it must be restructured or limited. This is not for the sake of cruelty, but rather a hierarchy of values. The third pillar of the spring arc is deep work as a daily ritual. The modern mind is fragmented. Attention has been shattered into fragments by constant interruption. Without the ability to sustain focus, effort produces noise rather than results. Deep work is the practice of total engagement with a single task for a fixed period of time. One environment, one objective, no interruptions, no context switching, no negotiation. 1 hour per day is sufficient to begin. Consistency matters more than intensity. That hour becomes a ritual, not a mood-dependent activity. If you are reading, you read. If you are training, you train. If you are building, you build. The phone remains untouched. The mind remains anchored. As discipline strengthens, duration expands naturally. 1 hour becomes 90 minutes. 90 minutes becomes 2 hours. This mirrors physical progressive overload. The mind adapts to sustained pressure just as the body does. The fourth pillar of the spring arc is reflection and self-surveillance. Most people drift because they do not observe themselves honestly. They live inside emotion and memory rather than feedback and correction. Reflection is not just emotional journaling. It is an operational review. Each day ends with a simple accounting. What plans were executed? Which ones failed? What was learned? What must change tomorrow? Externalizing this information through written notes transforms awareness into structure. A wall of notes, a visible record of effort and failure, makes progress tangible. The Sith do not rely on memory alone. We build systems that expose truth and weakness within our lives. Reflection without correction is vanity. Correction without reflection is blind repetition. The spring arc demands both. Through reflection, you identify weaknesses without shame. Through repetition, you refine behavior without hesitation. As the weeks pass, something shifts internally. Spring is when your identity for the year solidifies. You stop imagining who you could be and begin behaving as who you are becoming. The Sith do not chase validation. We become undeniable through consistency. The spring arc does not offer comfort. It offers responsibility. What you do in these 92 days will determine whether summer reflects power or regret. If this holocron resonates with you, please like and subscribe so I can bring you more powerful Sith lessons.